July 26, 2025, and we're here with another tasting video, and this time it's Vern's brown turkey.
Here's a professionally made but unnecessary intro. So let's talk about figs. Let's talk about figs.
So I'm here in one of my smaller orchards, and this is a 40 by 40 enclosure. We have 19 different fig trees in this little enclosure and 19 little apple trees. And when we first moved here about 12, 13 years ago, this tree was billed as a brown turkey. And so we then went and bought a Vern's brown turkey, which is what this one is. You can see this is third year in ground. We've got some nice little figs. These aren't quite ripe yet. This one's close. But then we realized that this Vern's brown turkey was making identical figs to this thing, and it turns out this is also a Vern's brown turkey. So now we have two, and as you can see, some of these get quite large. This is not quite ripe yet, but there is a ripe one. I already took two off of the tree this morning, and we tried them with my family. But we're gonna take this one off right here. And so you have some nice little cracking and definitely ripe. So we're gonna take this one off and go get a sense of what it's like. This one's on the smaller end of things. Now, because this thing is gigantic and it's extremely vigorous growing, my wife and I are gonna really prune the heck out of this year. So I'm layering, I think I have between this side and over there, 7 or 8 layers right now. And I'm just gonna keep layering these all season just because I'm gonna be pruning it off anyway, so I might as well make copies of it. And then use it as rootstock because the vigor of this tree is quite impressive. And so I think it'll make a great rootstock. So let's go check out the fig I just picked. All right, let's go ahead and weigh the one I just picked. And this comes out at 50 grams. After I shot that last video, I found another one, and this one comes in at 79.5 grams. Now, if you look at them on surface, yes, they look ripe, but you can see a little bit more green on this one. Now, it's definitely heavier. It's probably a day away, but we've had some birds going crazy on our property, and so this was at the way top. I just bent it down and grabbed it just because an unripe fig in my mouth is better than a bird's mouth. So 50 grams, let's try this one. Actually, I'm gonna cut both of these open because some people near me are also interested in growing this fig, and they want to kind of see what the inside of this thing looks like. And so this is what this one looks like. I'll cut the other one open as well. You can see it's just a little less of that brown coloration on the slightly unripe one compared to the ripe one. Now, the one other thing I've added to these videos is a fun little Brix monitor, Brix scale. So I've already calibrated this, and what I'm gonna do is just scoop out some of the inside of this particular riper one. Just glop it on there, and then we'll read. So 19.6, which is not bad. I saw some videos by Eddie Sleem last week where he had Angelitos, and some of them were like 26, 29. But you know, this is it definitely on the palate. This does taste like a very, very sweet fig. Now, let's go ahead and let me take a taste.
Nobody wants to hear gross sounding fig
So I had one this morning that I fed to my family, and that one was a little bit bigger. It was 90 grams, and it was very ripe. This one definitely has a very, very strong brown sugar component to it. And that really is what came out in the fig I tried this morning. This one has a little bit more of that melon flavor, which, doesn't taste bad at all. It's very, very pleasant. Zero seed crunch, like none. These are very, very fine seeds. It really just tastes like, and you can kind of see that nectar component. It really, really is just this jammy little brown sugar bomb. There's a little bit of honey to it. This one has just a hint of melon to it, like I said. Now, what do I like about this fig? I'm in Oregon, Zone 9A, and this is a biferous fig, which means both Breba and Maine. It's common. It is extremely productive. I mean, the size of this tree and the age is just a little younger than the large Desert King I have, which is probably 20 to 25 years old. And this one puts out, combined, because the main crop on Desert King doesn't really ripen here, this one puts out as many figs as the Desert King does. They are a completely different flavor profile. And again, this is late July, and I'm getting massive Breba on this thing in ground. So that's one thing I very much like about it. I'm going to be trialing it as rootstock because of the vigor of the plant itself. So I think that it would be well suited. The main crop, which I'll taste later in the year, is typically a early to mid-September. I'd say mid-September. This year might be a little bit earlier, main crop, and they're even bigger, typically. The flavor profile is very similar. Sometimes the later, the main crop figs will give you a little bit of a caramel flavor, but this is not related to Brown's turkey. This is a misnomer. Whoever you are, Vern, I salute you for finding this thing, because I really, really enjoy this fig. I think this is an absolute great choice for people who want to grow figs in the Pacific Northwest or in any northern climate. It does split in the rain later in the year. Not terribly, but definitely if you leave them on too long, there will be some spoilage. But I mean, for late July in Oregon, to have this caliber of a fig that is dense and just really, really flavorful, I think this is a great option. So we'll be doing the Desert King tasting here pretty soon, because I had one of those this morning. It's probably a day or two away. So, I mean, it's interesting that the Breba here is about on par with the Breba for Desert King in terms of ripening time. Go out and get yourself one of these. I think it's a great option, whether it's in ground or in pot, and keep eating those figs. And birds, stay away from my property. Have a great rest of your day.